Now we'll move on to our trailer roundup featuring Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut with Creed 3. You got Michael B. Jordan also starring, obviously, as Adonis Creed. You got Jonathan Majors also joining, right, as this new character named Damien that has a history with Adonis Creed. It's coming out March 3rd, 2023. And Ricky Flex, is Jonathan Majors the most jacked dude who ever lived? He's a Greek god.
This is like incredible. Like obviously the Rocky movies had bodybuilders like going up against each other and whatever, but like these are like this matchup is like more refined. It's absurd what we're doing. And Jonathan Majors,
He doesn't look real.
yeah, it's amazing. And
How is he
going
not
on,
in Top Gun Maverick?
yeah, that's what I was, dude. Like Glenn Powell, like Miles Teller, they got nothing on this guy or Michael B. Jordan, like nothing.
Dude, what's his face?
Canelo
Skarsgård
was
in The
in it.
Northman doesn't have anything on.
Whoa.
Like, he is literally more jacked than him in that movie. I swear to God.
That's I don't know. That's
He
a
is
good.
hulking. He makes Michael B. Jordan look small in this, bro.
Yeah, that is true.
He
Like
makes him
it's
look
crazy because
small.
Michael B. Jordan, like the pictures from Creed 2 and even Creed 3, like his personal photos, like he's huge. But Jonathan Majors, like, wow,
He
that
looks
is
like a problem. He is a problem. He's
like
Clubber. Like people are saying, oh, it's gonna be Clubber Lang's son. Like he's like a lot more scary than Clubber Lang. He is just disgustingly big.
I think the Mohawk brings the intimidation factor. But like you put a Mohawk on Jonathan Majors, like this is like Culver Lang like is on his butt. Like it's
Yeah,
absurd what they've done here. What
but
he's
I
done.
also I do want to say, is there a franchise that does better trailers than Creed? Like Creed 1 trailer is one of my all-time favorite trailers. Creed 2 looked incredible with the Drago and Rocky like hints that are going towards it, the training montages that are hinted at. And then we have Rocky 3 here. It's hinting at a separate type of story. No vision of Rocky here, but it still got me jacked up, to be honest. Only Rocky mentioned by name. And I was just excited by this because Bianca, played by Tessa Thompson, it seems like they're doing something great with this. Instead of her being like the damsel in distress, the one saying, don't do it, Rock. Don't do it, Adonis. Don't fight. She's like, you may have to kick his ass. You may have to do this. She's not saying don't do it because you have a kid. It's taking on a different attitude towards the female lead in a Rocky franchise movie. And I think that's what has me also super excited. She is on board with him kicking ass, and he has to take this dude out because he's a threat. I respect that, and I think it brings a much needed flavor to Tessa Thompson's character. And she's like a great actress. Give her something to do, you know? I think this movie's going to do that.
That's great. Yeah, that's a great point. And I also just want to say this is Creed 3. It's pretty parallel to Rocky 3 too. Besides the childhood aspect, everything else aligns pretty much. Like up and
Beach
coming
run, beach run.
boxer, beach run. Like it's crazy. Like he doesn't have his trainer anymore. Like Rocky's not in this movie. Like it pretty much lines up. It's kind of crazy. So and like on like Rocky
Physically
2,
imposing figure.
yeah, exactly. And like Rocky 2 was like Rocky 4, Drago. Like it kind of is like just drawing parallels. But like you said, the trailers are just absurdly good. I just said absurd again.
So good.
They're crazy. Like this got me absolutely up, not just by looking at these guys, but the music, the score, like the actual fighting in this movie, crazy. Besides all those points that we've made so far, the only other thing I want to say is I just don't believe this bullcrap of a story.
Oh, how they knew he's So it's
Like,
kind of hard to believe.
yeah,
I thought they were going to take a whole different approach here. It would have been smart if they actually took one of Creed's actual like kids that lived in the house with him, right? And
yes,
they look at Adonis, who has taken Creed's name, and what has he done with it? You know, how he's using it to like almost like elevate himself and like get him these major fights and put him on this like path to glory. Like he's talks about like 9 years of glory. He's been able to go 6 years of glory that he's been able to go through. It would have been great if someone feels like you're Jack and my our dad's name, right? I get it, you're our son, but like you're using him and then you have like him show up. But the fact like it was just this one moment, it seems like something that was just conjured up in the writing room. That seems like it was just fit so you could have this new type of original story. I agree.
I agree. And then I think just going back really quick to Rocky 3, I also just want to say, like, you see the 6 years, like, oh, he's basically like about to retire. Rocky 3, like, he's retiring a little bit early, but it's been like 6 years or whatever. He faced Hulk Hogan, right? Like, this is very similar to that. So I also wanted to mention the parallel with that as well, just the storyline in the beginning. Clear storyline recognition to Rocky 3.
And I have to like turn this into a drive-in pod segment here, Ricky Flex. Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors race to the Oscar.
Jonathan,
Who gets it?
Well, it's interesting because
so race to the Oscar for like any new time listener. We take two actors and we say, okay, based on their career, where they are right now, who was more likely to win an Oscar first, Michael B. Jordan or Jonathan Majors? You have the floor.
Jonathan, like Michael B. Jordan's a great actor. I think he's had his misses, but like I think Jonathan Majors is right below the Adam Driver level. Like you were so quick to say, but we're right at the end. But he's in a lot of IP coming up. Now, Michael B. Jordan, besides Creed 3, like how many more are we going to do? Are we doing 7? Are we doing 8? Like Creeds? I don't think so. I don't think so. So for me, it's like, oh, he might have the opportunity that Jonathan Majors might not. But then I also think too, wait, who's directing this movie? It's Michael B. Jordan. And you could tell by what he's saying right now in interviews, online, he has an itch to continue directing. So maybe he's going to go that path. And that might take a little longer to get an Oscar for. So I'm still going to go with the better actor, in my opinion, Jonathan Majors. But that's a great race to the Oscar. Like, that's really good.
It seems like Michael B. Jordan's had some misses, and he's gone for it in a few roles, right? Obviously starting off at Fruitvale Station, but then like he used that to kind of catapult himself like Friday Night Lights. Where has he gone from there? He gets the role in Creed, like Black Panther. So one of the great MCU villains is Eric Killmonger, at least in most people's eyes. Goes Creed, Creed 2 comes up, Just Mercy, all right, alongside Brie Larson, Jamie Foxx, seems like a little Oscar bait type of movie.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx more so.
Going beyond that, like he goes into another franchise. He's going Without Remorse, right? Something where like, are we getting like a Rainbow Six like franchise stemming from that? I haven't heard much about it.
One of the worst movies we've ever reviewed on the pod.
And last year, it seems like another kind of reach for Oscar bait. Denzel Washington directed A Journal for Jordan. Absolutely bombed both critically and commercially. He's going to be in, like, obviously Creed 3 coming up as a directorial debut. He's going to be in, I don't know if he's going to be in the Thomas Crown Affair project that's coming up, but I know he has some type of association with that.
He's part of Superman.
He's producing the Superman project. I don't know what the status of that is, especially with Henry Cavill coming back, like pretty much getting his own sequel to Man of Steel. Like Jonathan Majors is the hot hand right now. And he really, whatever he touches turns to gold. I can't see the same for Michael B. Jordan. So if I had to put my money on it, I would actually go Jonathan Majors, despite the ties he has to Kang. Like he has, obviously, what he's doing in Loki, right? He's going to have the Kang Dynasty, presumably a role in Secret Wars. But he also just did an incredible war movie that's getting critical acclaim alongside Glenn Powell with Devotion, right? And then obviously what he's doing with Creed. So he can do both, like almost like how Adam Driver went from Star Wars and still starring in other projects. I think he's just a man who could do it all. He has the Midas touch. He's my pick.
I agree, but I just thought of something real quick. So obviously we just mentioned, just to be clear, the Black Superman project that Warner Bros. Is doing. Michael B. Jordan's a producer on. So he most likely, like I would have loved Michael B. Jordan as the Black Superman, but it looks like he won't be it. But Jonathan Majors, wait, could he be? Like, would he?
That was my pick, bro. Remember, I said that.
But look how big this dude is. Like, and he's also an unbelievable actor. Will he be Superman? Like,
dude, Ricky, can you imagine if this dude was the next big bad in the MCU, but also Superman and the other major, like, categorized superhero IP? That would be legendary.
Yeah,
legendary.
Like he would be.
And they have this chemistry. They like Michael B. Jordan's talking about the chemistry he's built with Jonathan Majors on the set of Creed 3. and he's producing this superhero project. You can't say it hasn't crossed his mind. You should play Superman.
And yeah, like he's on the set with them. He's working with them. He's saying how good he is on
You must
set.
have brought it up, dude.
Yeah, and now I gotta just make sure he's not as old.
How would you say no to the idea of like, if you're a studio?
How old do you think Jonathan Majors is?
31.
He's 33 years old. He's still young enough. Crank out 2-3 Superman movies real quick before you're 40. Standalones. Michael B. Jordan producing. Seems like he loves that side of it too. And he's going to do his work. But we're not interfering with Kang either. Like you said, he has the Midas touch. He could do other things. But when an actor has the opportunity, you see they go to these comic book or these major IP or blockbuster movies because the most eyes will be seen on you, and will give you avenues to other things. Adam Driver even did it, right? He was working with Scorsese, but he still did Force Awakens.
These guys recognize like superhero movies, as much as people want to rip on them, they are cinematic history, bro. These are the ones when people look back in the history books, they're saying these have the highest box office numbers. These are what draw people to theaters, right? So I think like people are also saying, yeah, I'm going to do the critically acclaimed stuff, but I also want to do things where I'm going to get rewarded for my work. It might not be through an Oscar, but it's going to be through people talking about me for years upon years.
It gets you other work too, and you make a lot of money. And again, it's for your brand. Your brand. It's huge as an actor, right? Similar to being a social media influencer. You're an influencer. Like, it's huge. And Superman, the first Black Superman, like, that is impactful.
Yeah.
Impactful. Look what Jonathan Majors has done related to the Black community across what he's done already. Like, I think that he would take that as like a huge opportunity, to a huge role for him. Yeah. And I think he's he's a great fit for it.
Yeah, I think they must have had those conversations.
They had to.
They must.
Had to.
Yeah, but Creed 3, March 3rd, 2023. This is the first news we have of it, really, other than the fact that we knew Jonathan Majors was going to star, and it looks special. It looks special. I'm hoping it improves from Creed 2. I wasn't a huge fan of Creed 2. I didn't like the forced story of Drago. They made it about Rocky when it really should been about Creed, and it seems like we're getting that. Like, Rocky's not even in this trailer. Like, I don't even know if he's alive.
Yeah,
they left it very ambiguous, so I don't know exactly what's happening here.
Julius from Remember the Titans looks good in this too as the trainer.
He looks the same.
Yeah,
looks the same. Always will.
I'll take it.
Right? But left side, strong side.
But predictors, thermometer predictor.
87.
I was gonna say 86.
Because Creed 2, I think, did pretty well. It's like an 82 or something. It's pretty good.
That's crazy. I'll check it.
To me, it's not a very good movie. I haven't visited it again. Ricky Flex is looking up the Rotten Tomatoes score.
83.
83.
All right, I'm changing my mind. 88.
Okay.
I don't want to be near 83.
Yeah, but I know he has an understanding, meaning Michael B. Jordan, of this character directorial debut. I think it's a safe move for this to be his first directorial movie, especially with Sylvester Stallone by his side, really, showing him. I don't know how much involvement he has in this, but Coogler, I think, is on the story here too. So he's surrounded by the right pieces, right? Familiar franchise that he's been a part of. He'll do well. Yeah. So I don't have much doubts. And Jonathan Majors is in it, as we said, Midas touch. He won't let it fail.